Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 13 of this Let's Play of Might and Magic 6. This is the second episode in which we are in the Silver Helm Outpost on the Misty Islands map. Now, last episode we found quite a challenge behind two of these doors, and there's still 5 left to explore. So I'm going to level with you. I did go through several of these doors and found pretty much nothing there but instant death behind them. I was not in a position, whether my characters are not quite powerful enough or whether I'm not quite good enough a player, I'm not sure. But I did find that they were essentially basically unwinnable. They certainly were not fun. So although my ambition to come into this dungeon and clear it and get the quest content and the quest objects and things, sure, we're still going to do that. But I don't think we're going to be able to do it continuously. I think we need to get another couple of levels under the belt of each of our characters to be able to come back and really be able to power through this place. Unfortunately, we're just a little bit too low level, and our builds on our characters are just not really up to it. Having said that, the door in the northwest of the chamber that we are venturing into right now, I was able to find some interesting stuff there, and we didn't die too badly getting there. So it's not a complete dead loss coming into the Silver Helm Outpost. As you will see, we will find some stuff here. One of them is behind this door, for example, a guy named Oliver Wendell, who will just... He basically... He's not a quest NPC or anything of the like. He's just cluing us into the fact that there's a hidden passage near here. Actually, there are several hidden passages in this dungeon, as you will see. But one of the things that the thing that we actually came in here for was we were sent here by what was his name? The Arms Master back in the town of Mist, who's looking for evidence to pin wrongdoing on the Fraternal Order of Silver who inhabit this place. He's looking for proof that they are up to no good. Because everyone else seems to think that they are the bee's knees. Now, I think the fact that when we entered this place, they immediately started to attack us, and the fact that we've already just found and freed one prisoner here would be adequate evidence, I would think, of wrongdoing. But this is not the sort of thing, apparently, that suits the standard of proof required by the quest, and we won't find that piece of proof behind this door either. Unfortunately, that's just something we're going to have to come back for later. I have a plan. It does involve coming back here, but there's a few other things that we can do first before we and get a couple more levels, and we will be able to come back here and hopefully get through this. So yeah, as you can see at the moment, just having fun experiences with pathfinding here, and guys getting hung up on the things. This lieutenant here apparently made lieutenant without being able to walk around a corner. I guess they have very low standards in the Fraternal Order of the Silver Helm for that kind of thing. Our cleric, let's get him back on his feet there. Yeah. So yeah, so anyway, other than this, a lot of this will just kind of go without commentary here. But I'll give you a quick sort of progress update on things. I'm still working on the sort of historical account. I guess I don't know if it's too pretentious to call it a documentary. I don't know. I guess it kind of is. Is one, although not one of the kinds of documentary that you have to actually work to make and go and interview people and stuff. This is just, pulling in information from online and putting it into video format. Does that count as a documentary? Possibly not. But I think it's going to shape up to... I've got a very near final script at this point, and I've pulled information. So I'll just talk about this room We've got a big room here with pillars in the corners. We can drop down, but there is obviously a way up as well. Now that's not jumpable, not at this point anyway. I mean, there may be jumping spells or fly spells or anything that will get us up there in the long run. But we also found this hidden button here that extends just a couple of plates here. Yeah, and they sort of, the timing was kind of awkward on those. As you can see, I fell. And that spawned me back in the original corridor with a load of bad guys who were not there before. So that's not something we really want to do. Okay, so I was saying, yeah, so the script for this video, which is going to be basically an overview, about 10 minutes worth, of the Might and Magic series, the main series. I'm not going into the spin-offs, into Heroes of Might and Magic or anything like that. Basically each game, a little about the circumstances of its creation, and any innovations that it brought to the series, and trying to put it in a bit of a context of the sort of landscape of games as they were when each of the series came out. And I'm putting it together as I'm going to sort of brand it as retro histories, I think, which is a terrible made-up word, but I haven't come up with a better title yet. That's just in case I do any more of these in the future. It's a lot of work putting this thing together. I've also ordered a new microphone, which should be here soon, which hopefully will make a real good difference to audio quality on these things. So that's sort of a progress update on that. I'm gonna, well, once the mic arrives, I'll be recording the narration for that, and then it's just a matter of, I say just a matter, it's a matter of recording and then trying to find capture and find video to fit the thing. Okay, we just found a secret room here with Melody Silver, who we've just rescued out of there, a second prisoner we've just freed. Now it turns out, although there's not much in the way of indication of this in the game, do you remember Wilbur Humphrey back in Castle Ironfist? The first council quest that we got was to rescue a damsel in distress. Well, this is our damsel in distress. There's very little indication of this. You sort of have to infer it for yourself. But this member of our party now will allow us to complete that first council quest, and that will be able to upgrade, up-rank our paladin to a crusader, which we will see later. But we're not actually going to be able to. It's not that easy, unfortunately. We've just noticed that some items are broken here, so we're going to try and use our paladin to repair them. Turns out he can do his shield, but not the armor, I think. It's not going to be that easy because currently Nikolai is missing. Prince Nikolai, the heir to the throne, is missing, due in no small part to us, or inadvertently. So we can't actually get access to Wilbur Humphrey at the moment. Got it. So what we do need to do, the next thing we're going to need to do in order to get, this is a horrible thing to say, but to hand in Melody Silver, is going to be to try and track down Prince Nikolai. And that's going to be something that is going to be tricky in itself, because as hinted, yes, we just clicking on that mural just teleport us back into the first room with the button, and we are surrounded by guards. That's a tricky situation to get out of for us when most of our power is ranged, and we're not going to be able to thread our way through there without being able to take a couple of them out. Yeah, they'll be fine. Anyway, so we are going to have to go searching for a missing prince, basically, and as is hinted in the first conversation with Prince Nikolai, he has in fact run off to the circus, so we have to find the circus to find Nikolai. Problem: the circus travels. It's a traveling circus, and most of the time, most of the year, the circus isn't even anywhere. I think 3 months out of the year it's in specific places, different places, and the rest of the months out of the year it's nowhere. So we need to catch up. We need to not only catch up with the circus, but we also need to get to it at the right time in the right place. So that's going to be a minor challenge. Hopefully it's not going to be, the circus is not going to be in some awkward place that we are too low level to be able to reach. And we're going to have to hopefully not wait like 6 months for it to be able to get to Bootleg Bay or something. I really hope that isn't the case, because that is the blocker for being able to do the first council quest, which is really the next thing that we want to do here. Hopefully, I don't know how it's going to pan out, but hopefully it won't be too much of a burden to be able to find that damn prince who we never even asked to come with us in the first place, and then who ran off without us necessarily even realizing that he was with us in the first place. Yes, kids. Anyways. So that's going to be what we do in the next episode, I think. So, even though we didn't get our proof, the proof that we were looking for here, we did find a damsel in distress, and we did some good old-fashioned killing as well, and we got a little loot. There was a nice amulet back there that I didn't comment on at the time. There was an amulet of regeneration that I think we equipped on one of our characters, which continually regenerates hit points. Now that's not much use to, if the cleric is the one who had it, that's not much use to him when he's unconscious, apparently, but it's, you know, that's quite a nice amulet that we found there. I was pretty happy with that. So it's not been a complete, although we still have, out of 7 doors of this main corridor, we still have 4 that we haven't opened, and behind one of them somewhere is the proof that we require for the quest. We still have in these last 2 episodes done things that are worth doing. It's not been the greatest of successes, but it's not been an utter failure either. So that's where we stand. Basically, at this point, I think yes, we'll just leave those guys there. Because what we're going to do here is just wrap up by seeing if we can hand in and sell some stuff and the like. So in the next episode, we will make our way off the Misty Islands again, see where we can go and see if we can find where the circus is, and see if it's plausible to be able to catch up with it anytime soon. I think that's the way to go, and we'll see where else we can go after that. But unfinished business back at the Silver Helm Outpost. That's where we're leaving it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I apologise at the somewhat anticlimactic episode, but I will see you next time for another episode of Let's Play Might and Magic 6.